Hi, welcome back to PR Tech Talk. In this episode we're going to look into TouchGFX a bit more and the function fading with widgets. So if you take a look on the display here, and if I touch the logo type there, it will fade out and then it will fade out another logo instead. So if this sounds interesting, you're curious how to do this, tag along. So here we have TouchGFX Designer 4.22.1, the latest version, and this is how it looks when we are done with the final task for today. And we can also run it on the simulator, and then the simulator icon will turn up like this, and I'll just see if I can move it. So, and if I then just click on it, it will fade out and it will then fade in after some delay there. So that is the total thing that we will be doing today. So we start with creating a fresh project, but this is the end result of what we will see in the end. So here we have the STM32H573IDK development board up in the left corner there, and it runs internal flash, and it also runs with FreeRTOS, and the resolution on the display, it's quite a small display. It's 240 by 240 pixels. So we click on that one, and we can give it a name. I can just rename application 2. So now we can see the canvas for the display, and we start by giving it a background. So we build a box here. And we can also give it some colors so it looks a bit nicer. So this is the first step. And we can then also rename the screen 1 here and also rename the box, for instance, to background. And we can also rename the screen to screen 1 or start screen or whatever you want to call it. Like that. And we can just try to simulate this one, and we will get the simulator up and running. And the simulator starts like that, so it doesn't do anything. But now we would like to have, in my instance, a couple of images. So we can go for images in the left corner, and we can then add our images by hitting this one. Here I have prepared a couple of images that I would like to include. So this is my avatar, and I will also use my PR Tech Talk logotype. So these are now the images that I have included in the project, and we see the size there, and it's 200 by 223 pixels, and this is 156 by 151 pixels. And it also says how many times we have been using these in our application so far. So for be able to click on them, I tend to do like this. I include a flex button, because the flex button is, as it calls, very flexible. And we can then add a visual element to the button, and we can then choose to have a pick image then. So then I can remove that box there. And it asks us, what image do I want? And I can then, for instance, choose this one, the PR Tech Talk, and we then need to open up the box so it's visible. And we can just center it. And when you hover it over the canvas like this, you see that you get some help lines to center it. So we have it there. And the next image we would like to have is the avatar. So we go with the flex button again. And we have a new image on that one, and we can remove the box. And then what image do we want? And we want this one. And that's the same. We do like that. We scale it up so we have it enough, and we then center it as well. The thing is now we have a couple of images here, and if I do like this, I put my flex button first. This is my logo type. We can rename that one to the logo type. And the flex button 2, we can rename that to avatar. So this one is the first layer, the second layer, and this is the back layer. So this is how the screen is built up. So this one is the first, so that is why it shows first. But in the image, I don't want my avatar to be seen in the background. So I click on the avatar, and I then go to alpha, and I just take the alpha channel to 0 instead of 255. So this means that this logo type is the one that's visible and the avatar is not visible. And we can then just also push that into the display. So we can see that the display is there, and now you see a humongous finger. The display is quite small, so there's nothing happening when I'm pushing the button. To do something interactions here, we need to enable these interactions up here. So we go up under interactions and hit the plus sign. Here we now get this interaction window, and we have a trigger, and we ask what is the trigger when a button is clicked. Great, and then it asks for which button is clicked. Then we have both the avatar and the logo type. So we say when the logo type is clicked, what should we do then? We should fade the image, the widget there. So we'll fade the widget, and it asks which widget to fade, and we will take the logo type, and we will fade it to 0. And it asks us also how long will the duration be, and we can take like 500 milliseconds. And then it says down here, can trigger another interaction. And we would actually like to do that. So we click that one as well. So we can also name this interaction to someone. We can call it logo. Logo clicked. So now we have a logo clicked there. Now we need to have a new interaction. And we said that the first logo clicked can trigger another interaction. So we go here, and when another interaction is done, you won't get this option available until there is another interaction that can trigger it. So it says when what should it be, and this logo clicked. We named it logo clicked. So okay, so what should we do? I will wait, and I will wait like 2 seconds, and it can trigger another interaction again. So we will rename this interaction to wait 2 seconds, and we can't have spaces, sorry for that. So now we have two. First is the logo clicked, and then we have the wait. And after it's waited, and the period there is done, we can go for the next interaction. And then we will choose what we should do instead. And what is triggering this one is the wait 2 seconds that is triggering this application. And what should we do then? We should now fade in our avatar. So we go with fade widget, and it asks then to which widget to fade in, and we would like to have the avatar to fade in, and we would like to have it from 0 to 255. And we take the same duration. And after that, we can actually do more triggers, but in this case, we stop there. We don't do any more triggers. So we can just call this avatar. avatar show. So that is the full suite there, and we can now try to simulate this one. So if I now click here, it fades out, waits 2 seconds, and the other one is fading in. And we can also try to run it on the hardware. So it pushes the code to the display. So now we have the display visible, and here comes my huge finger again. It fades out, waits 2 seconds, and it fades in. So this was a short video on using some features in the TouchGFX designer. Hope you learned something, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and until I see you next time, stay safe.